Hey, it's Ohio Jimbo. If you've been looking for a strumming pattern or a little bit of technique, man, have I got some really cool information for you. Let's get into this right away. So let's get right into this, because whether you're a first-time person picking up a guitar for the very first time, or you've been playing for a long time, there's a lot of things that happen with technique that sort of changes how you play, and it changes your enthusiasm for playing. So techniques can become frustrating. I always suggest a lot of different things. A lot of people will suggest a lot of different things, but I'm going to kind of guide you on this because I've got the simplest answer here for some of the technique uses. And I have to let you know that I'm not a professional guitarist. I just happen to do this for fun, and I enjoy doing it, and I love sharing what I think about guitar playing with you. So if you want to see some of these, stick around. Let's just kind of look into this and see what we got. So most times you will start playing and you'll say, well, I just haven't gotten the technique down yet. And the very first thing that comes up is strumming, the strumming pattern. Now, let me explain it to you this way, that when you're strumming, there's so many different ways you can strum. There's so many different rhythms. There's so many different emotions. And I will tell you that I can liken the strumming to, I'm an artist as well, to artwork. So you've got a great strum of a chord, and that chord, if you're just strumming once down, that's like a broad brush stroke of painting, right? And then when you get into it's the same chord, but I'm lifting my fingers and my hand down here is going to different strings. That is like the detail brush strokes. So you can go from broad stroke to all kinds of... That is really a complex way of saying the strumming pattern that you choose is really going to be up to you. And it's going to be developed through your own style and your own muscle memory. So if I can show you this one trick, again, think of it this way. When you walk, you don't think about putting your heel down and then your foot down your toe and then lifting your other leg and putting it forward and then walking. You don't think about that. You let muscle memory take over. That's what's going to happen with this technique I'm showing you here. It's very, very simple, and I want you to just kind of let it happen. The biggest thing I can tell you about a strumming pattern is there are no rules. There's no rules whatsoever. You just do it for what feels comfortable for you. And I would highly suggest this is how you start. So if you've played, pick any chord. Pick a chord that feels good for you. Pick a G, pick an E minor, pick a D, whatever it is. I would suggest using all 6 strings. So pick a full body chord like a G, whatever variation of it you want to do, and then strum it. And hear it. You'll hear the bass note and the high note. So bass note, high note. And you'll hear all of those blending together. And if your guitar's in tune, then you'll hear those melodically join each other. So it becomes this beautiful painting of that stroke. So if you start strumming, now I don't know if you have a metronome or if you got anything that keeps a rhythm. If you're just sitting around the house and you can hear the wash machine off that does a hunka chunka. Wash machine might be making some noise. If yours is making that kind of noise, you might want to get it checked. But if it's making a rhythmic noise, sometimes even the ceiling fan, you hear a tick, 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 tick. So find something that has a constant rhythm to it. And let's say it is your ceiling fan. You listen to tick, 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 tick. And if it's a slower tick, 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 tick. Now trust me, I'm not going to tell you where to put your hand, what part of your wrist to move, but just take that rhythm and let it keep going. Give it 60 seconds and let yourself kind of feel it. Now, I can go into the technique of how to hold the pick and what you're going to be holding the guitar as, but the most important thing is this rhythm that you establish. You'll hear it. And that's all going down. Now, there's so many people that tell you downstrokes, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down. Don't even worry about that. Just get this going. This down, just go ahead. That's a stroke. And you'll hear it. Now, after about 60 seconds of doing that, I want you to kind of try to something different. So try an upstroke between those. So it's not going to sound pleasing. It's just going to sound like you're playing the strums. Now, you can get faster, and then you can get selective. So take the down, 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 up. And if you notice, in between the downstrokes, I'm doing a little bit of, you can play with whatever you want. And here's the really cool part is it's so unique. Only you will be doing your own strum pattern. Now, whether you're doing a country classic and you want to kind of get that that kind of boom chicka thing going. Now, if I quit doing the chord, you'd hear. See that? That's part of strum. So back to the basics. Take that G, every beat, then fill it in with something. After you get that muscle memory going, see, those can bring the songs right to you. If you notice, that strumming never changed. And that is one of the cool parts about this. Once you get your signature strum, it's going to be easy for you to play the songs that you want to play, that's comfortable to you. Now, someone may come in and say, hey, let's play this song. And the tempo might change in the middle. You might find that there's a different cadence that happens at different songs. All you do is feel it. Let yourself feel it, because nobody can tell you the rule. No, it's down, down, up, up, down. No, don't let them tell you that. No rules. There are no rules in strumming. You do it the way you want to do it and have fun doing it. If you just like playing down, just keep going. So, good G. So, play it your way. You'll see that when I play, a lot of things that I play, I'm doing a list trill where I'm... So I have these finger trills I do that's not necessarily important for the song, but it's important for me because it's kind of lets me feel where the song's going. But keep in mind, it's all over here on the right hand. You've got, well, if you're a left-handed guitar player, it's the left hand. But this is where it's all happening because this gives you the feel. And there's some songs where you'll find yourself wanting to emphasize that bass note. So especially like in an E. But if you hit that high note, listen. You hear the difference between that? That's because I'm strumming down here in the high notes, and then I'm strumming in the low notes. And the cool part about this is if you're leading into a chord, so... See how that strumming, I push it harder? Now that goes from strumming to technique. And technique is a whole nother thing that we'll get into later. But I want you to try to get that pattern down because that pattern is important. Find that rhythm, get your comfortable chord, go and keep going up, just down, I'm sorry, down, down, down. Let your fingers glide across the string. And if you notice, my pick is gliding across them. I'm not plucking. That's a complete different thing. But if you're just letting it glide, so when you change, keep that strum and that rhythm, and then go to another chord. So if you just keep going, boom, 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 and now take it to the next step. Dun, double time. Pick those chords, chord progression, let the rhythm continue. And even if you don't do a chord, just keep doing that. Now you can slow or you can speed. And the reason this is very important is because it starts to build the muscle memory of where your hand is on these strings. There are a multitude of other items we can go into. If you play clear up here on the neck, you're going to hear a complete different sound of chord as if you play clear back by the bridge. You can hear the difference like a banjo back here. Here's very melodic, very tight back there. That whole distance, that's another part that we'll talk about later with technique. But the most important thing you can do is get that strum going. Your hand's going to be someplace in this region. It's not going to be up here and it's not going to be down here. It's going to be someplace in this region. Keep your hand in that region and don't worry about rules. Just find your rhythm. And if it is constantly down and you're comfortable with one kind of cadence, stay with it. Give it 60 seconds and then add an upstroke. And when you start to add the chords to that strum pattern, you're just going to be amazed at how it sounds, because now that is your signature. It's like a welder. A welder has a bead. So many people have their own style and their own direction. This is yours. Make it yours. I've been playing with people before and they say, oh, I recognize him. He's playing the way he plays. That's exactly right. Let it happen. Let that muscle memory build up. After 60 seconds, give it 60 seconds. And once you get this rhythm going and you're happy with it, then add those upstrokes. And I'm only dragging up and dragging down. This can get as complex as you want it. And when you start getting into, you might even get away from the pick and go to finger strumming. And the finger strumming is cool because you can kind of select different strings to play with. Now I'm just keeping the pick in here and I'm using my index and thumb, and that's it. And that is another thing, because I'm still following that. If you listen, I'm just picking different strings. I'm not going to tell you, pick 5th string, 6th string, 1st string, 2nd string. No, you let it happen. Even if you're just randomly picking those strings, they are all in that chord. So every one of these strings has a part with that chord. So after you get past your 60 seconds of rhythm, decide if you want to kind of start finding strings in here. And it's okay to play with it. You're going to find it if you're doing a country song, if you're doing a blues song, if you're doing rock, if you're doing some ballad. Every one of them has a different feel to it. Let it happen. So the bass, I can tell you that 60 seconds of finding your rhythm is the most important you can do. Second, but almost as important, is there are no rules. This is you. This is all you. This is what you want it to be. Don't be afraid to try strumming patterns, but the simplest thing I can tell you is find your first rhythm. You find that first rhythm. You give me 60 seconds of that rhythm and just keep doing it, and you're going to find that muscle memory begins. Don't think about where you put your foot when you walk. Don't think about any of this. Just kind of let the strum happen. And once it does, your hand's going to start to follow. Even if you're sitting watching TV and you just kind of want to play as you're watching, let that memory occur. Don't think about it. Don't think about it at all. I can't emphasize that enough. So I hope that's not too complex. The simplicity of it, 60 seconds of strumming, and let it be you. And listen, there are no rules to strumming. It is all about you. So enjoy it, have fun, and I hope this has given you a little bit of enthusiasm towards trying to just pick that guitar up and strum a little bit. One of the most frustrating things is strumming, but get through this, and you're gonna open up a whole new world to guitar playing. So if it has helped you, give me a thumbs up, and let me know below if there's other questions you got about it. And, well, this is Ohio Jimbo, and until next time, if I don't see you out there, I'll see you in here.